It's been almost one day since tornadoes interrupted the lives of West Texans overnight. As communities assess the damage, we prove once again, when united, we are stronger than the storm. And as more and more families are instructed to stay at home, one organization is making sure there's never a dull moment. And are you a business owner and feeling stuck? Well, we have some guidance for owners struggling to stay afloat during this economic lull. Coming up right now on Fox West Texas, live at 9.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on Fox West Texas Live at 9. I'm Keni Mack, joined by Tim O'Brien. I know.
And I am Tim O'Brien. You might be wondering why Keni and I are separated right now, that whole social distancing, 6 feet or more. We are in two separate sets right now, and it'll be that way for the time being. But remember, you can send the love to your loved ones who you miss during this time of social distancing, and you can simply just use the hashtag #SendTheLove, and you can post it on our Facebook page, and we will continue to air those in the foreseeable future. And it was quite the difference from the weather, say even 12 hours ago. Meteorologist Joe DiCarlo was working all through the night to provide you with the up-to-date weather, and he joins us now with more. Hey, Joe.
Over the next few hours, we're cooling off slightly. We're starting around 70 degrees by 7 p.m., mid-60s by the time we get towards 9 p.m. Pretty comfortable conditions with mainly cloudy conditions. Your full forecast is coming up.
Today, Governor Greg Abbott announced a statewide public health disaster for the COVID-19 pandemic. Abbott also issued an executive order that will begin March 20th at midnight and requiring all Texas schools, bars, gyms, and restaurant dining rooms to temporarily close. Abbott noted this order is not a shelter in place, and the disaster declaration gives the state and local officials tools and resources that they need to combat coronavirus. Here's exactly what falls under this order. Take a look. Every person in Texas must avoid social gatherings that have more than 10 people, including those restaurants or food courts as well as gyms. However, restaurants can still offer takeout options. All Texas schools must close temporarily as well, but it does not mean that education should stop. School officials will continue to work on additional educational options. And in the meantime, nursing homes, retirement homes, and long-term care facilities are supposed to be avoided. So no one should be entering those facilities unless you are critical care assistant.
Each night we ask you to join the conversation. We did so at 6 o'clock on the rundown, and it's no different now. We asked you what your thoughts were on the governor's disaster declaration. It's necessary, it's too late, it is extreme. 73% of you saying it is necessary. We'll keep this open through the end of the show. You can vote on myfoxzone.com/vote. Text us 325-487-85 or download that free Fox West Texas mobile app. In the meantime, there was an emergency city council meeting held for the city of San Angelo in wake of health emergency declaration for not only the city of San Angelo, but the nation. Mayor Brenda Gunter called for acts of kindness, personal and social responsibility, as well as integrity from citizens. Also, Mayor Gunter urged the people not to panic. There isn't a confirmed case of coronavirus at this time in Tom Green County.
Without everyone taking personal responsibility and using a sense of integrity, we will forever change the face of our community.
For now, of course, you can see that entire press conference on myfoxzone.com, but in the meantime, we'll take a look at the major storms that ripped through West Texas last night.
A day has nearly gone by since those storms did rip through parts of West Texas, causing severe damage to many communities. Our Alexis Green spent the day in Hamby, one of the hardest hit towns, and she was surveying some of that damage. Has more for us tonight.
My dad lives out there, and that tornado come through this morning and wiped a bunch of fence away. So we've been out here since 2 o'clock this morning putting fence together, trying to keep the cows in.
Matt Dell has spent hours trying to help his dad secure their ranch land in Hamby after severe weather blew through, causing devastating effects.
We've lost 4 grain bins, we've lost our barn and a shed, several farm equipment.
The family spent a large part of the day mending a fence that wraps around multiple acres, which is no easy task for just one family. Luckily, small town hospitality shined through, and they had some unexpected helping hands.
Everybody in the community's been coming down and helping us out. It's been a busy night.
Dell says his family hasn't seen any tornadoes or severe weather like this in at least 15 years. And his family's land wasn't the only damage. Neighbors lost their roofs. Just a couple miles down the Prince Robertson unit, a prison, experienced major damage to their fencing, security guard posts, and multiple cars overnight. So bad, in fact, vehicles ended up on top of each other. Dell says all they can do now is rebuild.
A lot of work to do. It probably takes a good year to get it back to where it needs to be.
Now, the man who attacked Abilene police officers with a knife and was shot and killed by those officers has been identified as 28-year-old LeBaron Ballard of Abilene. The call was originally dispatched as a felon robbery, which was followed by a foot pursuit and ultimately a violent confrontation. The APD officers who were involved remained at home recovering from these significant injuries. That was according to a press release from the Abilene Police Department. The investigation is still ongoing by the Texas Rangers and the APD. And you might remember the story we brought to you earlier in the week. This happened just after midnight Wednesday morning.
A Richardson man was found dead in his home and is the first death connected to COVID-19 that is confirmed in Dallas County. The man was in his 60s and did not have chronic health conditions, and that's according to officials. The Dallas County medical examiner confirmed that the man did have, in fact, novel coronavirus. His death was among the 20 new confirmed cases reported in the county. And the number of people to have died from coronavirus in Italy has now surpassed China. The death toll in Italy over the past 24 hours rose 427 to 3,405. Health authorities have cited a variety of reasons for Italy's high toll. Some of the keys are among them in large population of elderly people who are particularly susceptible to serious complications from the virus. And even though severe cases have been seen in younger patients, Italy has the world's second oldest population. And take a look at this. This is where we stand at this point for cases of coronavirus worldwide and in the United States. The United States just peaking right over 7,000 and worldwide 207,860.
Now, every day moving forward, we'll be answering some questions you've been asking about the coronavirus. Our Camille Ricky Estes spoke to health expert Dr. Payal Kohli, who gives us the facts and sets some ideas straight.
I know Italy is at the steep part of the curve. Are we at our peak yet, or are we not? And when do you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not at the peak yet, and we're just getting onto our steep part of the curve. So in the last 24 hours, we had 1,000 new cases in the United States, whereas Italy had 1,100. And in Wuhan, China, which is where this all started, they only had 1 new case. So they're on their way down, and we're certainly on our way up. And again, we want to blunt how fast we're getting up there with the social distancing. Right. But we anticipate the peak of the curve is probably not going to come for the next several weeks. And if we start to blunt the curve, so instead of going up like this, it's going up like this, we actually broaden the time of the peak. So, you know, when you have a sharp peak, it's actually a shorter period of time because everybody gets sick quickly. But when you blunt that with social distancing, you may actually prolong the time that you have to do the social distancing. But overall, you reduce the number that are infected. So as President Trump said yesterday, it's possible that this could last us well into the summer. CDC is also predicting that the virus may actually be around till the end of the year or maybe into next year. It may even become a virus like the flu virus that we go to get a vaccine for. So it's important that we really start to embrace some of these behaviors now, because unfortunately for the next several weeks, they are going to be a part of our life, and it's going to be important to prevent the spread of the virus.
Forecast got a cold front coming through over the next few hours. We're starting in the 60s, temperatures dropping into the 50s, eventually in the 40s by the morning hours. Some showers and storms, especially off to the southeast. I think this model's overdoing it a little bit. Will be a little bit rainy in our southeastern counties as this front moves through. Check out these temperatures. They are dropping as we get towards your Friday morning, rebounding only into the 50s to lower 60s throughout West Texas on your Friday. And check out these highs for your daytime hours on Saturday. We're in the low 50s area-wide, may even see some rain showers around as well. How long does this cooler weather stay around, and when's springtime coming? We'll give you your full forecast coming up.
That's what, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't I say that? Oh yeah, I said I'm emailing this, put this before breaking sting and read before weather. Yeah, so breaking, you can do one shot and then I can toss to weather. I think weather's next, right? Breaking sting to one shot and I'll do a reader and then I'll toss to Joe. I need the script copy. I emailed it to you. Oh, okay. Jalen can put it in. Jalen is at his computer. Jalen, will you just put it in? Yep. I emailed it to you as well, 60 seconds. If we have to, go straight into weather first, if that is. Huh?
Just read it off your phone. Just say we just got this in.
Yeah, I can. I just didn't know. I mean, no. Jalen, either Jalen's taking care of it. I can read it off my phone, or. Okay. I'll just, yeah. Okay, Jalen got it in. Thank you, Jalen. We do have some breaking news out of Midland tonight. Midland Memorial Hospital received its first confirmed case of COVID-19. A male patient in his 60s is currently an inpatient at Midland Memorial, and the patient is in isolation, and all of the necessary precautions are being taken at this time. And the person became under investigation after the symptoms started to arise. So we will continue to have more details for you as they come. In the meantime, we are going to take it over to Joe DiCarlo for a look at weather.
Meteorologist Joe DiCarlo here with your evening weather. What to expect over the next few hours. Cold front tonight going to be much cooler. We're working up temperatures in the 40s for the first time in over a week now. Temperatures definitely drastically cooler walking out the door for your Friday morning. Showers and storms mainly to the southeast, not as much as what we saw overnight last night and into the early morning hours of this morning, but we do have another shot of some showers and a few storms mainly off in the hill country during the overnight hours tonight. Much cooler for your Friday, and then a cool Saturday ahead, but temperatures rebound as we head into the late weekend and into next week. Over the next few hours, partly cloudy skies, a few showers and storms developing off to our southeast towards Brady and Junction. May pick up on a shower or thunderstorm. This pushes on off to the southeast through the morning hours. So our southeastern counties may be rainy for your day on, or for your morning commute on your Friday. And then this pushes on off to the southeast and we turn partly cloudy to mainly sunny for your day on Friday. Looks like a pretty decent day, but temperatures much cooler with highs in the 50s and lower 60s. Taking a look at the European model here, this also shows some showers and thunderstorms off to the southeast during the overnight hours into early Friday. Friday afternoon, once again, partly to mainly sunny, and then we bring in a little bit more clouds Friday evening into Saturday. Another chance of rain, mainly in the Concho Valley and along Interstate 10 during the day on Saturday. Mostly cloudy conditions elsewhere across West Texas. Tonight, 47 degrees, so much cooler, rain to the southeast, about 20% coverage of those showers and storms. Most of us will stay dry, pretty much a flip-flop what we saw yesterday. Northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Highs tomorrow, check these out, low 50s in the big country, upper 50s to lower 60s in the Concho Valley, about 10 to 15, upwards of 20 degrees below average for your day on Friday. The next 5 days, we're starting off cool. Temperatures in the 50s for Friday and Saturday, but we rebound temperatures back into the 70s and then into the lower 80s as we get into next week. So your 7-day forecast, 55 for both Friday and Saturday in Abilene. May see as chilly rain on Saturday as well, with showers moving in from the south And then we increase temperatures back into the upper 60s to low to mid 70s for your Sunday and Monday. And then we're back into the low to mid 80s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Looking nice, looking real warm across West Texas as we head into the middle part of next week. Same thing for San Angelo. We're at 60 tomorrow, 56 for your Saturday. 70s return Sunday and Monday, and then we're in the low to mid 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Isolated rain chances, but not quite as much rain chances as what we saw over the past week. So we're beginning to dry out slightly here in West Texas. Always keep up to date with the latest weather information and download our free Fox West Texas mobile app using the QR code on your screen, or you could text us at 325-400-8785.
You heard him. Give us a text, 325-400-8785, and we can share your text coming up after the break. Tim?
On the other side of the break, there is an organization here in the Concho Valley doing their part to keep your children busy during this virtual learning period we're all experiencing. We'll have more on this coming up next.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Go ahead and, when he heard you that first time, what did you do? Okay, so go ahead and do that because he heard you on that one. So he can hear you on that.
Yeah, I can hear you.
He'll hear Tim toss to him, and we can hear you through Desmond's if Desmond keeps his on. Just speak kind of louder. Huh?
I thought it was you.
It says Tim.
No. My sheet says Kenny on the outside. Did you float the verify?
I didn't touch it. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Here it is.
So Tim is, yeah, I have the double box with Matt. So Matt, I'll be tossing to you, and then Tim will do this verify.
Welcome back, everyone. Now tonight, our Verified team dives into whether or not you can be diagnosed and tested more than once for COVID-19. Take a look.
We talk a lot about the total number of coronavirus cases. Databases like the one from Johns Hopkins show over 200,000 cases worldwide, a number we may not hear as much. How many people have recovered? The same database shows about 82,000 people have gotten over the coronavirus. That's good news, but some headlines have made many second-guess those numbers. Headlines like these. News reports about patients recovering from the virus and then testing positive again. So we want to verify. Can someone who has recovered test positive for the virus again? Well, to answer that, we went straight to the World Health Organization. The agency said it has seen these reports, and it confirmed that some patients are testing positive, quote, after they clinically recover. But the agency said it needs more samples from recovered patients to understand how long they can actually shed the virus. Now, this does not mean we should panic and assume people are getting the virus twice. If we stop here, we miss a lot of key context. First, the numbers. The reports from China only account for about 0.2% of cases, 0.2%. Second, these reports are mostly coming from news articles, not scientific reports. So they don't give real, raw data. That means the researchers have to go gather that. Third, these patients aren't all getting sick again. Most are just testing positive after getting over the symptoms. So to recap, we can verify. According to the WHO, yes, there are patients who test negative and have clinically recovered who then test positive again. But they don't have a solid answer why just yet. It could be that people hadn't actually fully recovered, or they say it could be a result of bad testing. That's why they're investigating. The key? This is a small percentage, less than 1% of total recovered cases in China.
If you'd like something verified from our team here at Fox West Texas, text us 325-400-8785 and allow us to separate fact from fiction.
Learning something new can be more of a challenge now, especially since schools have been shut down. But San Angelo Museum of Fine Arts is looking to change that for families who are stuck at home. Hey, Matt Cerna joins us now. Sorry. Hey, Matt, were you able to learn how to draw the next Mona Lisa today?
No, Kenny, I was not able to learn how to draw the next Mona Lisa, but I was able to learn about these new art kits that they got coming out, and they're pretty cool. Here's what I got.
We're having some more technical difficulties. We will get back to him in just a second as soon as we can get that story up for you. And I think we're getting that up right now as we speak. So as the coronavirus continues to make its way across the U.S., well, there's one organization in West Texas that's trying to make it a little more fun for families. Take a look.
As restrictions are made across the U.S. to prevent the spread of coronavirus, more and more families are stuck at home together, which can get old after a while. And now that children can't hang out on the playground at school with their friends or sit in class to learn, the San Angelo Museum of Fine Arts is strapping up one paintbrush at a time to help keep children engaged at home during this time.
When things are tough socially, like what we have going on right now, the first organization that steps up to the plate, that is there for the community and supporting the community, is the Art Museum.
Museum curator of education, Becca Coleman, comes from a long line of teachers. She was even a teacher for 12 years. And in all of her experience, she has found a way to mix teaching and art into something the community can enjoy, in the form of art kits.
Just general education information about famous artists, our skills, our exhibit content. So everything is age-based, range, and they are take-home kits.
Coleman and her staff made over 1,600 kits, and they are a big hit with the community, with only more than 100 left, out of 1,600 since they started giving them out earlier this week. Don't worry, parents, you do not have to worry about kits running out because they're going to restock every week. This Friday, they will have a new watercolor kit for families to take home over the weekend.
People do not have access to watercolor kits. So I started on Sunday buying up as many as I could online so that we can provide families with a watercolor kit over the weekend to play at home.
They will only have 300 watercolor kits, and it's one per family, and once they run out, that's it. And since Governor Greg Abbott announced a public emergency, stating that schools will be closed until April 3rd. Coleman says they already have a long-term plan set in place.
And what we plan to do are Facebook Lives or pre-recorded videos touring our exhibits in our collection, telling you a little bit about the art. So our first one is actually going to be Monday at 1 p.m.
As a mom, she knows how hard it can be during a time like this, but she is ready to help the community she calls home.
Well, when life gets tough, when things happen, you should always try your hardest to do something for somebody else. That's what this is about. It's helping your neighbor, doing the best in the time that you have with what sources you have. Our motto here at the museum is it's not just art on the walls, it's art in our lives, and we believe that.
Yeah, and if anybody's interested in the first virtual tour, it is Monday at 1 p.m. If you want more information, you can always head over to the Art Museum website or go to myfoxzone.com. And reporting in San Angelo, I'm Matt Cerna. Back to studio.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Coming up on the other side of the break, an interesting time in the sports world, especially for those who are active. Some people aren't letting that stop them, though, especially with gyms closing this time tomorrow. We'll have more and that in sports coming up next.
Sorry. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. In EMPS?
Here, I'll do it. If I'll get.
It's in playback though? Corona contract? Yeah, do you see it in playback? Corona contract? Huh? It's there. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. They said it wasn't, and it didn't have a tape number.
No tape number or what?
He's putting it in. Thank
Okay.
you.
I wonder if.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, gyms are officially shutting down due to the coronavirus, and people are going to have to find other ways to work out and stay healthy. Today, Casey Busher spoke with a trainer in Abilene who believes it's important to maintain that healthy lifestyle, whether the gym is open or not.
With gyms and workout classes being shut down, people will take their health into their own hands and work out from home.
I think it is really important for people to move at home, whether that's walking around the block or doing push-ups on their countertop or playing outside with their kids.
I'm working out on my balcony or in my living room. I have a mat, weights.
I've been going out to run a lot more, but definitely I have been doing a lot more Pilates at home too. And just working out by myself, it doesn't have to have weights. It's like very simple. It's just a mat on the ground and it's just you just following whatever they're doing on TV.
Continuing to work out during a time like this is good for your mental health.
It's important to work out and get those endorphins going because, if you're cooped up inside all day, you're just going to be bored and not have those endorphins going.
I think especially because of a time of social distancing and self-quarantine, it's really good for your mental, emotional, and especially your physical health just to kind of maintain your normal routines.
Although it may be a hard adjustment to work out at home for active gym goers.
Because a lot of people use the gym as a way to relieve stress and kind of to get out of the house, get moving a little bit, especially if they have an office job.
There are plenty of workouts to do at home.
I like to do Pilates and I also like to do yoga.
Sit-ups, lunges, I do a lot of burpees, push-ups, crunches.
Intense cardio and let's say core, and then they add in arms, and it's really easy and it's comfortable to do at home because they do have apartment-friendly ones.
So while your gym may shut down, there are still plenty of ways to work out at home and maintain an active lifestyle during this time. Reporting for Fox West Texas, I'm Casey Busher.
Thank you, Casey. Now, New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton has reportedly tested positive for COVID-19. Payton is the first known case within the National Football League. Louisiana has become one of the top states with the confirmed cases per capita. The Louisiana Department of Health reported that there were more than 340 positive cases in the state, including 230 cases right there in New Orleans. 8 people have already died from the disease in Louisiana. More news out of the NFL, and it just keeps on coming, thank goodness, this last week. Rams are releasing running back Todd Gurley, and that's according to sources. The Rams spent weeks exploring a trade for him. The 2-time rushing touchdown leader and 3-time Pro Bowler will be a free agent, and he's free to sign with any team he'd like. And the Denver Broncos have informed former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco that he's being waived with a failed physical designation. Flacco now joins a group of free agent quarterbacks looking for work for the first time in his career. Flacco, the third Super Bowl MVP to make headlines this week, as Nick Foles was traded to the Chicago Bears, and Tom Brady shocked the sports world and is headed to Tampa Bay to play with the Buccaneers. And some interesting news here. The national health concerns have changed the way the NFL teams are doing contracts for free agency. Some players will not be happy, that's for sure. Teams are unable to oversee physicals because of the coronavirus outbreak. They've added a provision in player contracts stating that failed physicals will result in forfeited signing bonuses. Teams are trying to adjust it to vastly different free agency than in years past. And when the league year started at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, teams were not allowed to announce contract agreements until a player had signed a contract and passed a physical. But since the health concerns are rapidly growing, there of course are multiple areas where you can get a physical. You can't just go into the team facility right now because of the provisions. Remember, you can always stay connected with us for all the latest news, weather, and sports. Simply download our free Fox West Texas mobile app or stay connected online with us 24/7 at myfoxzone.com.
Well, the jobless claim is really short. Yeah, because it's like basically another intro into her package and it all fits together. I mean, we could put a 2-box in between, and I would split up the medical and the jobless claims, but it's up to you. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, got it. Oop, is this it?
Consider this line the upper limit of our country's medical capability.
What? Welcome back, everyone. Now, these days there are many changes that are taking place, and much of our newscasts are filled with information about the coronavirus. We've preached how important it is for us to tell you facts and not fear, and to make sure that we are only giving you the most important and valuable news for you to stay informed and to keep your families and loved ones safe. Now, every person has their own opinion on the restrictions and safety precautions being put in place these days, but chances are, no matter who you are, in the back of your mind, you might have a few questions. Are these safety precautions necessary? Here's what you need to know.
Consider this line the upper limit of our country's medical capability. Most days, we're well below it. The system works well, people who are sick receive care. Enter COVID-19. Right now, the numbers are low, so low the system can handle it. Yet we know every person who gets the virus is likely to infect at least 2 other people, and that's why the numbers will continue to grow exponentially. Take Italy. In mid-February, the country had 3 cases and no deaths. The next week, more than 300 cases, 11 deaths. The next week, more than 2,500 cases and 80 deaths. The next week, more than 10,000 cases and 631 deaths. It's all pushed the country's healthcare system to its brink. This is what the U.S. will now attempt to avoid by trying to slow the spread over a manageable time. Infectious disease experts call it flattening the curve, and the more people who join, the flatter it gets. Sports fans who can't attend games, college students who won't attend class in person, canceled parades, conferences, concerts, people who wash their hands consistently, the sick who stay home. The more of us who sacrifice the norms of our daily lives, the more this works. Should this fail, people in this country, perhaps people you know, will unnecessarily die in a system that can't handle the spike. Health experts acknowledge COVID-19 appears to be at least 10 times deadlier than the flu, and those 65 and older are most at risk. Should it spread to half of our residents, more than 1 million could die. But it's not all bad news. You have a role here. Yes, you. Remember, if you get sick, you're likely to infect 2 others if you don't change your behaviors. 80% of us who get sick will be fine. But even those who show mild symptoms will spread the virus. That's why you too need to join in. Flatten the curve. Avoid the quick spike. Allow our medical system the ability to handle the cases that are coming. Because they are coming.
So a lot of changes certainly taking place, and jobs and businesses, so many people being impacted by these changes. And U.S. jobless claims actually are surging as coronavirus weighs on the economy. The number of Americans filing applications for jobless benefits has jumped to 281,000, and the number is expected to skyrocket next week as much of the economy shuts down to combat the pandemic. A new UN report estimates that more than 24 million people could lose their jobs due to the virus. In a best case scenario, 5.3 million people will be without work, while 24.3 million will lose their jobs. Now, there is good news at the end of this. A lot of businesses have had to change their hours and their services because of the prevention efforts. But as tough as it might seem, our Liv Johnson actually went to talk to an advisor at the Business Resource Center in San Angelo about how business owners can actually use the recent changes to make adjustments and take it to their advantage.
We've all been experiencing changes due to coronavirus prevention efforts, and a lot of small business owners might be worried about how they're going to continue generating revenue and pulling in new customers when hours have been changed and people are staying at home. But some of the business advisors here at the Business Resource Center in San Angelo were telling me that this might actually be an amazing time for businesses to change the way they do things, get creative with how you sell and market, and you can even pull in more customers than you ever have before.
Alejandro Castaño is a business advisor, former business owner, and current artist in San Angelo who always does his best to reach new customers through new platforms.
I'm on TikTok, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram, Facebook.
And now, with businesses' hours changing and more people staying inside because of coronavirus prevention efforts, Castaño says this is just another opportunity for businesses to adapt to the challenges and grow.
I think there's a lot of businesses here that have great systems that have been in place for a few years or many years. But when something like this happens, it forces them to have to think in the direction that maybe they were putting off or they weren't quite open to. So it's a good thing that something like this is kind of making them think in other ways.
So what are these other ways? Well, in addition to establishing a strong social media presence to open up communication between buyers and sellers, Castaño urges owners to set up a website to open up more ways for customers to access your business.
Now would be a great time to start thinking about, well, how can I transfer my services online? I mean, look at the way people are having to shop now. There are people that didn't have Amazon Prime are getting Amazon Prime because they know it's one of the only ways to do that. They're shopping online because they have to. And whenever they do that, they start to think more about shopping online, and so they're going to be looking for more things eventually.
In fact, as an artist, Castaño has experienced firsthand how hosting online shows rather than in-person shows can alleviate burdens and even save money.
Doing an online art show is actually a really great and lucrative way of producing a little bit more cash flow. You don't have to receive any art except for digital. You don't have to hang it up, so you don't need a physical space. You still get a commission off the sale. So it's stuff like that.
Lastly, and one of the most important things, is that we are all in this together. The advisors in here were stressing to me, if you're a small business owner, ask your next door neighbor what they're doing. Ask your competitor across the street what they're planning to do. And if you have more concerns, head over to the Business Resource Center because these advisors would be more than happy to help you. Reporting for Fox West Texas, I'm Liv Johnson.
All right, we are joined here now by our Tim O'Brien again. Now, as we mentioned several times before, obviously there could be many questions that surface during this time, and I think what we've learned just in the past few stories is that it's very important to take the precautions seriously that are being implemented across the country, and you can actually find a lot of positive in it. I feel like we all know, as America has done many times before, as things kind of might get rough or you hit some rough waters, we come out stronger when we stick together.
Yeah, and you know, I read something too that this is a moment to kind of appreciate the little things, right? Put the phone down, put the computer away, and realize actually what is in front of you and just kind of how lucky you are. And you obviously still need your Netflix and Hulu and so on and so forth, and that's okay. But take a look at some of the positive notes here. If you're practicing your social distancing and need something stimulating, how about checking out some of the world's museums? If you're stuck at home, several famous museums are offering virtual tours to keep you and your kids entertained. You can check out that list compiled by Travel and Leisure. I mean, look, there's more than a dozen different types of activities and museums that you can go online and watch virtually. So I think that's a pretty cool idea.
Some extremely popular museums, and they're actually pretty much all of them are known across the globe. I love it. Get ready for some social distancing and chill though, because if staying at home amid the COVID-19 pandemic has you desperate for social interaction, well, this Google Chrome extension will be a lifesaver for you. Netflix Party is what it's called, and it will let groups of friends stream the same shows remotely. The extension only works with the Google Chrome browser, but it lets friends chat live while watching the same film or show on Netflix at the same time through a shared screen. I feel like this is the perfect time, as Liv kind of said in her story, of adjusting to the times. This is going to really show off the technology these days and what we can do with it. Now, working from home might be a dream scenario for some people. For others, not so much, but there are ways to ensure that you can stay productive. The coronavirus pandemic is forcing many people to now telecommunicate and work from home in a remote access way. Some marketing at home and tech experts say that you need to order your private world in the following helpful ways. Make a plan for your day with a to-do list. Be comfortable, but don't spend all day in pajamas. Wearing shoes helps you feel like you're actually really doing work, you know, kind of getting ready for the day. Communicate, even over-communicate with work staff, and have a private place that looks like a workspace. Finally, make sure that you don't let those distractions take up your day. This is what I would be worst at. Things like watching TV, taking a nap, I would say, eating, definitely, and playing with my dogs, 100%. Not for me.
Rosie O'Donnell bringing Broadway performances into your home, and that will happen this Sunday. The actress is bringing back her Emmy Award-winning program, The Rosie O'Donnell Show, for one night only, featuring performances by Kristen Chenoweth, Darren Criss, Morgan Freeman, Gloria Estefan, and more, all from their living room to yours. O'Donnell, a huge supporter of the arts and Broadway in particular, is organizing this event to bring a little entertainment to everyone practicing social distancing, and of course to raise money for the Actors Fund, an organization which provides resources such as housing and health care to people in the entertainment industry. The special event is set to take place this Sunday starting at 7 p.m.
Don't forget, you can text us 325-400-8785. Let us know how you're practicing social distancing, and we will share your text later on in the show.
And you're getting a live look at downtown San Angelo. Clear, a little bit warm still, but those temperatures are going to drop drastically over the next 24 hours, and our meteorologist Joe DiCarlo will have more after the break.
I just know we need to I think the tornado damage is probably big, and then the police update, and I would do maybe drag Midland in there, but don't drag the breaking sting with it. And then it's going to weather, right? And then that's the only thing in this block. Yeah, okay. $16. Sweet 16. Ooh, that should be like the code word. so we don't ever, if you ever have to say 16 seconds, then we know you meant 16, not 60, because you said sweet 16. We've literally never, I know, because you'll literally never say 16 seconds. Yeah, that's fine.
Meteorologist Carlo here with your evening weather. Well, what to expect over the next few hours. Cold front tonight going to be much cooler. We're waking up temperatures in the 40s for the first time in over a week now. Temperatures definitely drastically cooler walking out the door for your Friday morning. Showers and storms mainly to the southeast. Not as much as what we saw overnight last night and into the early morning hours of this morning. But we do have another shot of some showers and a few storms mainly off in the hill country during the overnight hours tonight. Much cooler for your Friday, and then a cool Saturday ahead, but temperatures rebound as we head into the late weekend and into next week. Over the next few hours, partly cloudy skies, a few showers and storms developing off to our southeast towards Brady and Junction. May pick up on a shower or thunderstorm. This pushes on off to the southeast through the morning hours. So our southeastern counties may be rainy for your day on, or for your morning commute on your Friday. And then this pushes on off to the southeast, and we turn partly cloudy to mainly sunny for your day on Friday. Looks like a pretty decent day, but temperatures much cooler with highs in the 50s and lower 60s. Taking a look at the European model here, this side also shows some showers and thunderstorms off to the southeast during the overnight hours into early Friday. Friday afternoon, once again, partly to mainly sunny. And then we bring in a little bit more clouds Friday evening into Saturday. Another chance of rain, mainly in the Concho Valley and along Interstate 10. During the day on Saturday, mostly cloudy conditions elsewhere across West Texas. Tonight, 47 degrees, so much cooler, rain to the southeast, about 20% coverage of those showers and storms. Most of us will stay dry, pretty much a flip-flop what we saw yesterday. Northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Highs tomorrow, check these out, low 50s in the big country, upper 50s to lower 60s in the Concho Valley, about 10 to 15 upwards of 20 degrees below average for your day on Friday. The next 5 days, we're starting off cool. Temperatures in the 50s for Friday and Saturday, but we rebound temperatures back into the 70s and then into the lower 80s as we get into next week. So your 7-day forecast, 55 for both Friday and Saturday in Abilene. May see as chilly rain on Saturday as well, with showers moving in from the south. And then we increase temperatures back into the upper 60s to low to mid 70s for your Sunday and Monday. And then we're back into the low to mid 80s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Looking nice, looking real warm across West Texas as we head into the middle part of next week. Same thing for San Angelo. We're at 60 tomorrow, 60 or 56 for your Saturday. 70s return Sunday and Monday, and then we're in the low to mid 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Isolated rain chances, but not quite as much rain chances as what we saw over the past week. So we're beginning to dry out slightly here in West Texas. Always keep up to date with the latest weather information and download our free Fox West Texas mobile app using the QR code on your screen, or you could text us at 325-400-8785.
What is Tim, what's the Techno station in San Diego?
KCMB?
KCMB?
No,
Sorry, I'm trying to get big news.
KFMB, I think.
Yeah, wait. We're gonna, I'm trying to, KFMB, yeah. Or I'll do Sacramento, KXTV, coronavirus shutdown. So California, why isn't it pulling up?
The Governor Newsom just ordered a stay-at-home order, so it's 40 million people.
Don't do that first.
It's not breaking.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
So just have him take, we'll announce it at the end, in the very last block. So let Tim take all of this. I'm just trying to find the...
What's next?
Oh, shoot, sorry. It's supposed to be... I would do the, I would do the 2 local stories that are big, the gun, the Abilene dude, and then tornado. Okay. Yeah, tornado and disaster declaration.
Welcome back, everyone. Now some news in case you missed earlier in the program. Requiring all Texas schools, bars, and gyms, that's Governor Abbott, then their dining rooms to temporarily close. Governor Abbott noted this order is not a shelter in place. The disaster declaration gives the state and local officials the tools and resources they need to combat coronavirus. Here's what falls under the order. Every person in Texas must avoid social gatherings that have more than 10 people, including restaurants, food courts, gyms, etc. However, restaurants can still offer takeout options. All Texas schools must close temporarily, but it does not mean the education stops. School officials will continue to work on additional educational options, and people cannot visit nursing homes, retirement homes, or long-term care facilities until they're provided critical care assistance. Now, earlier in the show, we asked you, of course, to be a part of the conversation that dates back to the 6 p.m. We do this every single day. What are your thoughts on the governor's disaster declaration? 85% of you saying it is necessary, 15 saying it's too extreme, and none of you have said it's too late, but we will keep this open. You have one more chance, about 5 more minutes to vote on myfoxzone.com/vote, or you can download the free Fox West Texas mobile app, scroll down and click the Vote Now tile. Now, Midland Memorial Hospital has received its first confirmed case of COVID-19. The male patient in his 60s is currently an inpatient at Midland Memorial Hospital. He is in isolation, and all of the necessary precautions have taken place since the patient became under an investigation. We've learned that earlier this evening, and we will keep a close eye on that as well moving forward. And the man who attacked Abilene police officers with a knife and was shot and killed by officers has been identified as 28-year-old LeBaron Ballard of Abilene. The call was originally dispatched as a felon robbery, which was followed by a foot pursuit and ultimately a violent confrontation. The APD officers who were involved remain at home recovering from significant injuries. That's, of course, according to a press release. The investigations are still ongoing by the Abilene Police Department and the assistance of the Texas Rangers, and this occurred on Tuesday evening or just after midnight Wednesday morning. Now, social distancing can impact all of our lives and may cause some of us to miss important events or be around our loved ones a little less. While we can't be with some of them physically, we can still send our love, of course. You can head over to the Fox West Texas Facebook page and post a positive video sending love, whether picture or video, using the hashtag #SendTheLove, and you can see your message featured right here on Fox West Texas Live at 9 or Wake Up West Texas or The Rundown, but you can put it on our Facebook page using the hashtag #SendTheLove. We'll do it one more time coming up after the break.
Sorry, there you go. Okay, so I'm coming in with the, it's just gonna be, how much time do we have? You can just float it for now. Yeah, just float it, and then depending on how fast we get through this, I would do just another Send the Love VO to close out, or that sting that I had earlier, just so we can tease that. And then also, Tim, hold on. As all these changes continue to be made, make sure you in with us on Monday. Tune with us every day while we break down the facts for you. And tune in on Monday at 6 6:30 and 10 o'clock.
What happened to the
for
California?
A 30-minute. Go scroll up. It should just.
No, it's not in.
It got sent to the bottom. Will you pull us up real quick?
It says megaphone first.
Keep going down. There you go.
So we're opening
we
with
each have a.
megaphone?
No. We're. Wait, scroll up now, Tim. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. We do have more developing news tonight. California Governor Gavin Newsom has put the nation's most populous state on a stay-at-home order, and it expands to nearly 40 million people in the state of California, restricting that he said already applied to about half of the state at this point. This evening, he issued that statewide restriction on any non-essential movement outside of the home, and he said that this is needed to control the spread of the coronavirus across the state and that it threatens to overwhelm the state's medical system.
He earlier in the day issued the dire prediction that 56% of California's population could contract the virus over the next 8 weeks. As all these changes continue to be made, make sure you tune in with us every day while we break down the facts for you. And remember, you can tune in on Monday at 6:30 after the rundown and 10 o'clock after Fox West Texas Live at 9 for our 30-minute special.
Absolutely.
And we asked you earlier in the show what your thoughts were on the governor's disaster declaration. 77% of you saying it was necessary, 12% saying it's too late, and 14% saying that it was a bit extreme. We received a text also saying it was much needed and it is necessary, just too little too late. We can participate every night on myfoxzone.com/vote or download the free Fox West Texas mobile app. Scroll down and click the Vote Now tile.
Tim's a little sleepy. He's ready for bed tonight. No. Okay, so as you can see here, I don't know if you saw earlier in the show, obviously we're not standing together. We haven't been all week because we're practicing social distancing just to really take seriously what everyone is implementing, all these changes, and to make sure that we are doing our part to not spread the coronavirus. And this social distancing can impact all of our lives and might cause some of us to miss out on important events or loved ones events that we've been looking forward to. So while we can't be with them physically, we can still send that love their way, and you can send that our way as well. Send love to someone that you care about by posting #SendTheLove on our Facebook page, and you can give a shout out to someone that you care about.
Remember to download our free Fox West Texas mobile app for the latest news, weather, and sports. And be sure to wake up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with Wake Up West Texas. And Kenny and I will be back here tomorrow night at 6 and 9.